Sponge cake recipes. Check out these 4 recipes. Recipe 1. Butter cake. Ingredients: 7 ounces cake flour or all-purpose flour, 200 grams or a scant 1½ cups. 1 teaspoon baking powder, ½ teaspoon salt, 2 sticks unsalted butter at room temperature, 225 grams. 7 ounces sugar, 200 grams or 1 cup. 4 large eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 4 tablespoons plain yogurt or full milk. Instructions: Number 1. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. 2. Lightly grease the pan with some butter. Loaf pan, mini loaf pan, 8 by 8 inch or 9 by 9 inch square pan, or a round pan. Mix the flour and the baking powder together and sieve. Add in the salt and mix well. Set aside. 3. Use an electric hand mixer or stand mixer to beat the butter and sugar until well combined or pale yellow in color, about 3 minutes. 4. Add in the first egg. Beat well after each addition of egg until creamy, about 1 to 2 minutes after adding each egg. 5. Scrape down the sides for even mixing. Add in the vanilla extract and mix well. Fold in the flour and mix well. Add in the plain yogurt or whole milk. 6. Pour the batter into the greased baking pan. Shake it lightly to distribute the cake batter evenly. Bake until golden brown and cooked, about 40 to 50 minutes. To prevent the top of the cake from over-browning, cover the top of the baking pan with a sheet of aluminum foil once the cake top is set. Use a cake tester to test doneness. 7. Remove it from the oven and let cool on the wire rack for 5 minutes. Cut into pieces and serve warm. Recipe number 2. Victoria Sponge Tray Bake. Ingredients: for the sponge, 300 grams butter softened to room temperature, plus more to grease. 300 grams caster sugar. 6 medium eggs lightly beaten. 300 grams self-raising flour. 3 tablespoons milk. 1 tablespoon vanilla extract. For filling and decoration, 300 grams strawberry jam. 300 milliliters double cream. 25 grams icing sugar, plus more to dust. Directions: Number 1. Preheat oven to 170 degrees Celsius, 150 degrees Celsius fan, or Mark III. Grease and line a 30.5 by 20.5 centimeter rectangular baking tin with parchment paper. 2. In a very large bowl, beat together the butter and caster sugar with a handheld electric whisk for 5 minutes until pale and fluffy. Gradually beat in the eggs. 3. Fold in the flour, followed by the milk and vanilla to make a smooth batter. Tip into the prepared tin, spread roughly to level, and bake for 50 to 55 minutes or until a skewer inserted in the center comes out clean. Leave the sponge to cool in the tin completely. 4. When the sponge is cool, remove from the tin and carefully peel off the paper from the bottom. Transfer to a board or large serving plate. 5. Use a serrated bread knife or cake slicer to halve the sponge into 2 equal layers. Lift the top cake layer off and set aside. Spread the jam over the bottom sponge all the way to the edge. 6. Whisk the double cream and icing sugar together in a bowl until just thickened. Spread the whipped cream over to cover the jam layer. 7. Carefully lay the second cake layer back on top and dust with icing sugar. Recipe 3. Victoria Sponge. Ingredients: 4 eggs, 225 grams caster sugar, 225 grams self-raising flour, 225 grams margarine, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, jam of your choice. Steps: 1. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius. 2. Prepare 2 baking tins with grease-proof paper and set aside. 3. Put all the ingredients in a bowl together and whisk until you have a smooth batter. 4. Pour the mixture into the tins and bake in the oven for 25 minutes. 5. Allow to cool, and then take the cakes out of the tins. 6. Spread a layer of jam on one of the cakes and then place the other cake on top. 7. Sprinkle over some caster sugar and enjoy. Recipe 4. Vanilla Sponge Cake. Ingredients: 1 cup unsalted butter, room temperature, 1½ cups sugar, 2 teaspoons vanilla extract, 1¼ cups whole milk warmed to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 3 large eggs, room temperature, 1/4 cup vegetable oil, 3½ cups cake flour, 4 teaspoons baking powder, ½ teaspoon salt. Instructions: 1. Grease 2 9-inch pans. Line the bottom with parchment paper. Preheat an oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. 2. In a large mixing bowl, use a hand mixer to cream the butter and sugar together 2 minutes until creamy. Beat in vanilla extract. 3. Use a fork to combine the milk, eggs, and vegetable oil together in a bowl or 2-cup liquid measuring cup. Set aside. In another mixing bowl, stir together cake flour, baking powder, and salt. 4. Add 1/3 of the dry ingredients to the butter mixture and mix in until just combined. Add in half the milk mixture and combine. Add in another 1/3 of the dry ingredients until combined, followed by the remainder of the milk mixture. Add in the remainder of the dry ingredients and mix with the hand mixer until just combined, using a rubber spatula to scrape the sides and bottom to make sure everything is mixed in. 5. Divide the batter evenly between the 2 prepared pans. Bake at 350 for 25 to 30 minutes. Let sit in pans for 5 minutes and then transfer to a wire rack to cool completely.